Hi guys. So I am back with part 2 of my how-to series, and this is the pretty packaging series that a lot of you had requested, and most of you said that you would definitely want to see when I posed the questions. So I am doing part 2, and this is about boxes. Now, like I've said before, these are not ideas that I made up all by myself. When I decorate something, those are my ideas based on, inspiration or how I like to see something when I create it or package it. So the 2 boxes that I'm going to share with you today are very simple. You can do it yourself with, even if you don't have a paper cutter, with scissors and glue. Because I base these off of 2 things. I have dies that create boxes, and this first box in particular was created and shared by Steph. Hey girl, who's Brown Baby Craftaholic. I have shared it on my channel as well, and she has shared it on her channel. So she had created this and shared it, and I use this box a lot, even though there's no die. So that's why I wanted to share it with you. It's strictly with the paper trimmer. And then I have a smaller box that I created, again, not my own idea. There are millions of tutorials out there on simple pizza boxes, but this one is just a lid and a base because I wanted to share with you 2 dies that I kind of have that can easily be made without the dies, okay? So the first one, and I have shared this before, and I have a tutorial even on how to make this exact box without the die. I want to say like a couple of years ago, I made a lot of projects sharing this die. If I can find the tutorial, oh, I have a sequin on me, I will link it in the description box to how I did it with, based on the measurements of the die, but I don't know if I'll remember. If I do, I'll link it, okay? So, sorry, this was a very loved, as you can see, look at, it's in good condition, but it's been loved. It used to be Lifestyle Crafts, but now I think it was Quick Cuts, and then I think We Are Memory Keepers took them over. I'm not sure. I don't even know if you can find this box anymore. But this is what it looks like. It's called Mini Pizza Box, and at the time it was Lifestyle Crafts. Okay, and then I have a die. It's a long Biggs XL by Sizzix. Let me see. And the number is 656278. It's called box number 3. And I will show you what these 2 dies look like. Okay. So the pizza box looks like this. It's one piece, and it's cut in places that you glue together. And you close it like that. And then the other, box number 3 by Sizzix, is you cut 2 pieces of each. So 2 of these and then 2 of these. Glue them together, and it's like, a deeper box. Okay, I was going to show you how to make this box, but it became too complicated. So I figured I would just put it together and show you. So my boxes are based off of these. Okay, so the first box, and again, Steph had created this and shared it on her channel, but I have used this style many times. It's a great, great box for cards, minis, chunky charms, because it's deep and it's kind of rectangular. So you're going to need 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can either use cardstock or use designer paper. I use cardstock because I like to then decorate it with paper before I put my embellishments on, just for extra heft, I guess. So if you want to call it that. But the base is going to be 8 by 10. And that's the bottom of the box. And then the lid, the top of the box, is going to be 8 1/8 by 10 1/8. And why you want to do that is so that when you put the lid on, you're not struggling and forcing it to fit the bottom. It'll be just enough, that 1/8, to slide right over the base. Okay, and what I did is I did go ahead and score this box. So what you're going to do is you're going to score both pieces at 2 inches on all sides, regardless of the size of the paper. So you just put it in your scoring board. If you don't have a scoring board, you just take your bone folder with a ruler and measure it up and just score and fold. But what I did was I just put it in here. I used my scoring tool, 2 inches, turned it, 2 inches again, turned it 2 inches, and then 2 inches. Okay, so that left me with this. All right. Then you fold all along. Okay. This is some super sturdy cardstock. I want to say this is Gina K. I had gotten it in a kit a long time ago. It's really good cardstock. Okay, so now you have these two pieces. What you're going to do here, along this here score line, is you're going to cut here and turn it around and cut there. And I'm going to show you what I do. Okay. Let me see if I'm in frame. I think I am. And you're going to cut it to that little crossroads. See that intersection? You're just going to cut it to the intersection right there. Okay, you see that? Right there. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to offset the cut a little bit, like mitering my corners, because when you fold the box, I'll show you when that step gets here. Okay, I just wanted to share this part with you. It kind of, well, maybe that was a little too much. It doesn't really matter how much, but you kind of want it to wind up looking like that. Okay. And then I'll do this side. Oh, I didn't do a good job of that one, sorry. But that's not going to matter because it's going to be inside the box anyway. Okay, let me see if this is in focus. Okay. So you just really cut it to that score line right there where all the score lines meet. So what happens is when you fold your box and glue it, it gives you enough room where the mitered corners are not hitting the score line down here. So it ensures that your box really does lay flat when you put it together. And I'll just quickly put this together so you can see how that looks. Normally I would use super sticky like score tape or like a wet glue. Wet glue is good because sometimes, you know, you want like a little wiggle room, and the wet glue lets you, in case you glue it, you know, crooked or... But this is just for the video, so I'm not worried too much. Now, this is the tricky part. Okay. I know it's hard to see because it's like white cardstock or yellow, ivory. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to take my bone folder and really give that a good burnish. Okay. And if you can see now, it doesn't lay flush against that score line, and it gives you a nice clean look. Okay, so let's put this side together. Okay. Okay, so that is the lid. And let's quickly do the base together. Okay. I think that I'm going to have to come back. I'm not quite sure, because I guess I'm too slow or do too much talking, because I don't think I can do more than 15 minutes. So let's just see how far along I get. I'll do part 1 and part 2 if I can't put the video together. Okay, so I actually happen to love, this is my favorite tape runner, and you can find it now at Tuesday Morning, but I think the refills you have to order online, and it's by Basil. So it's called, I don't know what it's called, but it's by Basil Paper. Tape Marathon or something like that, I'm not sure. But, okay. Oops. Okay. Okay, you burnish it really well. Take this side. Okay. So very simple, 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper, cardstock, designer cardstock, and a scoring tool, and your paper trimmer. So you see, once you put it on, there is no struggle with it. And you can even put little tabs here, like with a hole punch, you can put it halfway through and punch it to have like thumb notches, but it doesn't even need it, even if you put paper. Okay, so that's that one. And then the smaller one, which is square, is you're going to need 2 pieces of paper. One is 6 by 6. One is 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. Now, based on these measurements that I just shared with you, you can create shallow, deeper boxes. It'll change the shape of the box itself, the finished box, but I think this is a good base to go on. So you're going to score both sheets on 1 inch all sides. Let me see if I can quickly do this. Okay. So you line it up. If you have a paper trimmer but you don't have a scoreboard, you just leave this open, take your bone folder and score like that too. That's another option. But this one is my Stampin' Up!, I guess, 2-in-1. Okay, let me just do this. If I get cut off, I'm going to come back for part 2. So that was 1 inch on all sides. Okay. So I'm going to stop it here and I'll be right back. Okay, hi guys, I'm back. So I just wanted to also share with you the finished size of this box is 6 by 4. Okay, nice size box, and it's 2 inches deep. Okay, so I scored this. You need 2 pieces of paper. One is 6 by 6. One is 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. Okay, so we scored it. Folding it now. Okay, and the same thing with this box. You're going to cut to that little corner there. I have this little sequin hanging on there, not coming off. Oop, there it goes. Okay, so one side, and I think it helps to see it too, you know, to see someone do it. Sometimes just talking isn't enough. You're either like, what is it? I know that I'm a visual person. I need to see things. Some people need to like just hear it and try it on their own, but I need to see it for me to get a good idea on what's going on. Okay, this is the base. I hope I'm not rushing, but okay. And again, these little corners like this will just help make a cleaner finish when you put the box together. Can you see? There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's glue these again. Oops. Well, you'll be a little more precise. This is just for demonstration, so okay, give it a good burnish. And again, well, you can't really see it, but you see how, there we go. You see how it doesn't sit flush against that score line. So if it did, you might run the risk of, you know, cardstock poking up, and then you'd have to trim it, and it would kind of be like a mess. This gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. Okay, that's the base, and let's do the lid. Oops. Okay. And again, this is especially for the newbies out there and the new subscribers, new crafters. If, you know, for seasoned crafters, most of you guys might know this already, but it's nice to share once in a while and get, you know, refreshed on our on the techniques that we have and that we know of. I think anyway. I love watching tutorials because sometimes I learn better ways of doing things, or, you know, easier ways, or I don't know. I like watching tutorials. Okay. So there is the magic, right? Ta-da! Do you have your box? Now this is what it looks like underneath. Now, if you don't like this look, you can always put ribbon around it. You can make it even 6 1/16, or instead of 1/8, you can make whatever your paper size is, you can make 1/16. But the score lines will always be the same. Okay, so that's a good one too. It's 1 inch deep. You can put 3x3 note cards in here, bracelets, goodies, die cuts. Okay, so now I wanted to share with you how I put together the boxes that I created. Okay, so here's the box. This is using the Dear Lizzie Serendipity. I don't know if this is the same collection, but I'm using one of her ephemera packs. Looks like this. Okay, and what I did was I kind of have like a usual layout I might do. Sometimes I like to put another piece of pattern paper to ground everything, but I'm using this little frame. And I'm just going to... Okay. Normally this part takes me forever, you know, gathering embellishments. What am I going to create? What is it going to look like? I always like to have some type of sentiment, whether it's die cut, whether it's from an ephemera pack, or, you know, letters that I die cut myself and spell out, sticker, something, okay? Then I'm going to take this little guy. This is from crepe paper. You guys know Maggie Holmes is like my all-time favorite, up there in my top 3, top 5. Anyway, this is, I don't know, it's one from one of the lines. It's her crepe paper embellishment. And there are lots of talented ladies who make their own out there that you can create on your own. And then this is self-adhesive, so I'm going to put that there. I don't necessarily feel I have to fill this frame, but I think it's just cute, especially with the gold. Okay, then I'm going to take these. This and this were from the ephemera pack, and what I did was I put this like this, and then I cut around it. But I didn't cut around it, you know, directly. I made a mat for it, basically. So I cut maybe 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch more so that I can mount it on there. But that's going to get covered up because I'm going to put Smile on it. So banners are always a great way to embellish. Like you can put them like this, you can put them like this, you can put a sentiment, or if it's already stamped, it's, you know, basically done for you, which is great. This one I'm going to pop up. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Okay, might have a part 3 just in case, because I want to show you how I decorate the bigger box as well. This was okay. Sometimes I use my scissor like this on these super sticky dots. Okay. And if you can see what I just did, I threw it on the floor. Usually when I'm creating, what I will do is, you know, if I'm in the mode and I don't want to disturb anything, I totally just like throw my little scraps on the floor and then sweep it up when I'm done. And because this is going to sit kind of offset on here, I'm just going to glue that one little edge right there. Okay. See how it's now gives it a nice little sense of dimension. Okay. And then the last part is this. And I don't even mind that you can see a little bit underneath because, you know, that's not, it doesn't bother me. That's not really the point. And it's fun to just layer, you know, and have fun. Okay. There we go. And just like that, you have a super sweet, simple, embellished box. Okay? All right, now on to my other box. This is what I'm doing here. What I did was I used, this is called Vintage Notes by Paper Mania. I've had this for a long time. And when I put the box together, I basically layered the papers. I pre-layered a little bit so that, you know, in case I ran into time issues. And then what I did was I cut a border using my Martha Stewart punch. Okay, that's what that looks like. And so yeah, that's what I did there. Usually I do the inside as well, but I did not. I kept it plain. But I did the bottom. And see, with that 1/8, I even papered the base, and it still goes over beautifully. So then I took, from that same Paper Mania, I took this little, it was a die cut, but I had to cut it out. So I have this, that's the number. I took these two pieces. So I took these two and I die cut that. Now you can see the scallops aren't perfect, but I wasn't about to go fussy cutting that. Sometimes my laziness just gets in the way. And I'm just going to simply, I don't want perfection on this. I just want to, you know, kind of give it its own dimension. I don't mind the hot glue. And then I'm going to put that right on top. And this might not get covered up. So I'm going to use, I hope I'm in camera. Okay. So very lightly put some glue there. Well, it's not going to stick, but what I think is when I put the sprays, it'll stick. Okay. So I took these little sprays that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to go like this. And put them down. Oops. Or not. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's that. So it looks now like this. I didn't glue it very well. Shoot. Okay. That's going to get covered. So sometimes if you use too much glue, it's okay if you know you're going to cover it. Okay, so that's what that looks like so far. Then I'm going to take these two pieces. This is just a simple square. It's a scrap from a die cut that I have, but I thought it would be a nice grounder, like for the sentiment, you know, so that it doesn't look like the sentiment is just floating on the box. And I think I'm going to have to stop the video. I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to come right back. Okay, now I don't have to rush. I'm just going to glue this I love using this glue pen. I know there are lots of options out there, but I love using, this is still one of my favorites. Okay, so that's that. Sometimes I take my bone folder and I kind of All right, so far we have that going on, right? So now I'm going to cover this up with some flowers. So I took 2 of these flowers and I twisted them together like this. And I'm just going to put them right here. And like I said, this part with the glue, I'm not really worried about being too much glue because it's never going to show. Okay, there we go. And then I had already cut up some of these and some of these. You can find these at Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. These actually are my favorite. This is my favorite flower. And this is what it comes on a, you know, a spray like this. And this is in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. So I had kind of determined I didn't like these for the project, so I went with these. And now I like these because they have little sprays here. Kind of adds a little extra. And plus it's like chiffon. And I'm going to hide some of these. Gives it extra like... I don't know. That's not going to work. I don't even know if I'm on camera. Okay. Then I'm just going to I like using fabric flowers for a couple of reasons. They're very forgiving, so you can like squash them down like I just did. And it adds like a shabby softness with, you know, like shabby papers and things like that. I hope that makes sense. I might put that there. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm going to put it like that. Okay. I hope that worked. So you have something very simple. I mean, I think it's simple, but if you use just the right product, you know, it just gives it that, I don't know, extra pop. And for this, I can even go ahead and put stickles on that. Let's see. And I will do that. See if I'm even on camera. Let me see if it's coming out. Okay, let's see if this one works. Okay, I think so. Yeah. So what I usually do is I decorate it when it's glued down, because now I can just let the box dry, or the stickles dry. Like I don't have to wait, I don't embellish it first and then wait for it to dry and then put it on my box, because that would like drive me crazy. And this die, this love word, by the way, is, I don't think that I mentioned it. Okay. It's a paper tray ink die. It's an older one. I don't remember what release, but this is what, oops, this is what it looks like. Okay, so, okay, there you have it. Two different styles. One, you see that little, just that little sparkle there? It's so cute. Okay, so this is this one. Nice and shabby. You might put something like a shabby mini or use this similar paper and colors to put note cards in here. Or you can put a chunky charm with like these colors. Maybe you made it, you know, in the blues and whites, pinks. And then you have more of like, I don't know, clean and simple, I guess. You have cute confetti paper like sprinkles. This super cute gold foil frame, another embellishment here. And you know, you can put 3x3 note cards in here, die cuts, bracelets. So yeah, I hope that this helped. If you have any questions on what I used or if something wasn't clear, please just let me know. If you just want to stop by and say hi, I welcome that too, of course. I think if you want to see something that I didn't show, just let me know as well. I think my next video is going to be either die cut packaging and how to really do it up, or I might do like make your own tags and sentiments kind of thing so that you can attach them to gift bags. But I will be doing 1 or 2 more in the series. And of course more depending on what you want to see if there's something that I missed. So you guys have a fabulous week, what's left of it. And happy Memorial Day. Be safe, have fun, and enjoy the sun. Bye.